So it's 52 degrees in Iowa, which means it's probably the highest that it's been in the past maybe 6-7 months. So I took advantage and came outside and made a nice video for you guys. But there is some cold wind here, and I'm starting to think maybe that was a mistake.
And we're rolling. Basically, I'm not gonna wait for the video. Welcome everyone to Do More, Be More. Oh, come on, don't tell me this thing is still on.
Okay, that is right, guys. I am outside now. I'm making a video today, and basically what we're going to talk about is the people that we surround ourselves with. And you may have seen many times that people make quotes about you surrounding yourself with people that are going to make you better and things of that sort. And you know, who you hang around with is the kind of person you become. The average of your 5 friends is who you are. I'm sure you've all heard of it, but what this is going to be about is basically about the people that are around you, of course, and then the kind of person that you want to be when you're with them. Because a real friendship, a real relationship is not just what they can do for you, but what you can do for them. Because if it is a friendship, it is mutual. So you better have something that you can offer. Just like a regular romantic relationship, it works both ways. First thing is, you don't have to be somebody's friend to be a positive influence. You don't have to be necessarily like someone that you're calling every day. It could be a coworker, it could be a classmate, it could be someone that you don't necessarily see every day or you don't find yourself to have a personal relationship with. You can surround yourself with people because simply we have no choice. The people we work with, the person that sits next to you, that can be someone that can be a positive influence in your life and also a negative one. And again, it works both ways, so you can be a positive influence and a negative one. You're always going to find a combination of people in the workplace and pretty much any location. And what that means is that, you know, it's like a gamble. So we don't get to pick who we sit with for the most part. So always make the best of every situation. What you want to do is obviously make sure that you take your time getting to meet somebody. You want to make sure that you don't rush into deciding what kind of person it is that's sitting next to you. Take your time, develop a point of view about a person that's based on habits, not a first impression, because you can become judgmental about that. They might see that you're judgmental, then all of a sudden they don't like you about that, and then you don't end up liking them based on one simple thing that could have been simply judging them on a one bad day. And that honestly can happen to anyone, and I'm sure it's happened to you. I know for a fact that it's happened to me. Now, there are of course people that we know are off the bat a negative influence, and maybe these people don't come around all the time, but when they do come around, it's very easy to notice them. So yeah, of course you want to make sure that these people, you know, they again also have a habit of this kind of behavior. People, we just simply avoid them because we don't want to have a bunch of red flags all over the office because we think they're a negative influence. But they could be misunderstood. Maybe we could be misunderstanding them. So that's something to take into consideration. If the person has bad rapport with their supervisors, bad rapport with other people, they don't work well with their clients or whoever it is that they're working with, there's just simply, they don't respond to you the way everyone else does. There's just something off about them. Yeah, there's a good chance that there's a lot of negativity coming from them, and yeah, that may be something you don't want near you. So you want to limit that office relationship or whatever kind of setting you're in, and just simply to a good morning. And even if you don't want to do that, I can see that it can get to that level, but always take your time to get to that level. You don't want to rush and just shun everybody out of your life simply because of one mistake or maybe even multiple mistakes. So you want to make sure that you're also seen as a positive person by showing your patience, your tolerance, because you expect the same thing in return. Then you also don't want to forget to be there for other people, because we all have difficult lives. Now with COVID, everyone's lives have changed completely. And maybe you've been able to deal with the changes a lot better than most people. That means there's a lot of people that aren't dealing with it correctly. They don't know how to face it yet. People that haven't been able to make adjustment after all this time. So you don't know the effect it's having on them, on their family, the people around them, and we have to do our best to understand them. Why? Do we owe them anything? No. Does anyone owe us anything? No. For the sake of being more, for the sake of doing more, which is the purpose of this channel, we want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And that means understanding people. That's just a whole part of becoming a better person. So if you don't have the ability of understanding others, are you really making any changes for yourself? You, of course, also don't want to forget the people that are troubled, because when push comes to shove, we all get to reveal who our real character is. And that person may not be facing things very well. There could be depression. Maybe there isn't just depression. Maybe they're just discouraged for the time being and they need our support. And that's somebody, it could be us, you know, and if we do that, that might lead to better relationships that we have with other people. And if you start growing within your company with the rapport of having good relationships, with being understanding, those are qualities that one day may reflect in a possible candidate for a supervisor, for a manager, or any other position that you're looking into. Because clearly, to take care of other people, you have to be able to take care of yourself and the people that are around you. Took a little break there for some Dr. Pepper. I'll get into that in another video. Yes, I drink soda. Anyway, so, oh, by the way, here people call it pop. That is an interesting point because I still can't get used to it and nobody is adapting to my word. I say soda and they still say pop. Clearly, what are the odds of that? Because it's one person against an entire state. Anyway, so all in all, there are so many different types of personalities in the workplace, and we might as well get used to that because, again, just like that, no one is going to get used to me saying soda. They'll probably call me out on it each time. Just like that, I have to get used to other people's personalities because it's much easier for one person to adapt to one room than everybody adapting to one. And of course, I think we've all been in situations like that, and we just think it's unreasonable for the latter to happen. So these are just some tips because it'll just make you get along with everybody at work. There's a trend where you want to be like, oh, don't talk to me until I have my coffee, or I can't wait to get out of work to get a glass of wine. And if this is the kind of attitude we want to have, where unless we're having some kind of escape in our life, we just simply can't deal with people, that says a lot about us. It means that we're dependent on things, that we can't carry ourselves and make proper decisions and build proper relationships without the codependency of something that lets us escape our natural selves. And that can show weakness, honestly. And it's not that we want to just be strong all the time, but we want to be strong. We don't want to, who cares about whether or not people can see us as strong, but we want to make sure that we're doing and making every attempt to build inner strength. And if we are weak at one point, that's okay. It's always about doing more and being more. And of course, that is something that will happen over time. So give yourself the time to do it. Take the time to see others' efforts and the struggles that they're having with, and you should have no problem. That's all I have for today, and I hope that this was beneficial to you. Remember, everybody, to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, you can leave comments if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to provide that for you. And as always, everybody, if you do more, you will absolutely be more.